saw the light. I was walking towards it, and somebody like just I smelled some really good weed, and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta come back to life."
At one end
Somebody
of the
rolled me a
tunnel, there was some
doobie.
frickin' At the one end of the tunnel, there was like a Guar concert going on, and at the other end of the tunnel, there was some
Yes,
good fucking
liqueurs.
spliff smell. And you went away from the Guar concert.
Yeah, I turned around and went back towards the delicious smelling Chiba Chiba.
Um, is anyone around? Like, are any of the locals?
You see some people peeking through some windows and things.
So we got to get rid of this thing, guys. Lagboot, are you able to invisibilize anything?
Myself.
Right now? Just yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a spell?
And no, it's a piece of equipment that I have. It's my cape.
Your cape.
Yep.
In theory, if I put his cape, Dave, on a monster, could I make it invisible?
Nope. The cape is a special invisibility that requires some activity in response to a reaction.
Specifically, I think you have to activate it with fire. So
it's not Harry Potter's invisibility cloak. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah, because this campaign doesn't suck.
Tell you what, if you guys want to go fuck up some Hogwarts when you're done with here, we can make that work.
Oh my god, can we?
Yes, absolutely. Also, side note, I've been reading the Dark Tower books, and Stephen King totally fucking made references to Harry Potter like directly into that series. It's pretty weird.
Insulting comments?
No, like he doesn't address the quality of the work at all. He just borrows some elements from the Harry Potter universe, and then like at the climax in the like descending action after the climax of the story, it spells it out. And it's like these are totally fucking lifted from Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling complimented him recently on Twitter. He was like, "Trans women are women," and
she's fucking
deleted it and unfollowed him.
Yeah, Stephen King is pretty cool, I gotta say. Like I don't really I don't know. Like now that I'm reading The Dark Tower and I've fucking got through the hard part of it, I realize that this guy is a pretty fucking masterful storyteller.
Is the hard part the first book?
Yeah, the hard part is the first book up until the last like fifth of it. Roland eats some mescaline, and then it fucking makes sense.
I can't remember if I finished it or not. I was reading the first one and wasn't really sure if I wanted to continue. I think.
Yeah, I was in that exact same boat. I read the first book. I started it like 3 or 4 times at different people's recommendations. And every time I was just like, I don't need an anti-hero established this way. I don't need a complex, edgelord character, very similar to what stopped me the first time I tried to read Thomas Covenant series. And then I finally like powered my way through it, and the first book has a very different character than the rest of the series, and but it grows and evolves very, very nicely.
Maybe I'll have to try and go back to it because I did finish the first one. But anyway, beside the point.
So I'm fucked up, and I'm like, can one of you guys conjure me a wagon and put like fucking roll me to the fucking castle so I can claim my freaking house and then relax for a bit?
Well, we need to like get rid of this corpse first, but then maybe I'll give you a piggyback ride or something.
So what you guys had talked about was,
Cutting it
so
up.
what you guys had talked about was putting in a fog effect. You can sit here and listen to me. Putting up a fog effect to minimize people's ability to see you guys casting a necromantic spell, then raising the corpse and having it walk off somewhere, then dispelling it.
Yes, that was the plan. I don't know if you read any of that lag boot. The plan that I came up with.
Oh, no.
You don't need to, but yeah, basically, I need like 15 guys. Seriously, I guess I'll be in character. Yeah, we got to get rid of this thing, don't you? I mean, it really is gross, and it's kind of like sitting on our doorstep now, right?
Right.
Did you guys have any ideas? I got an idea. I really, it's I'm not a fan of doing this kind of magic stuff. Like, um, and I wouldn't normally, but like, this is kind of a dire situation, and it's not like, you know, we're doing it for evil. So like, I could, go spend a little time just in meditation and make sure everything's like copacetic.
And what does this
Pray
magic do?
grips us. Brings this thing back from the dead.
Oh, no, what? And moves it on its own?
Well,
And
yeah,
it.
and like I can control them and have, we can go out of town and dig up a pit or something and
Hey.
dispel them into it.
Okay.
You could even make him dig his own pit.
We could make him dig his own pit. That'd probably be the faster way if we can't find a pit.
Wow. That's some dark magic.
Yeah, it's some gross shit, man. It's like
It's not any
really
worse than what
cool.
you did to me. And you guys, like, I say that, and then you can tell, like, you glance at me, and there's like really heavy bags under my eyes. Look like they're almost filled with blood. And I'm just like not looking very good right now.
Well, I mean, it's definitely worse than what I did to you. I know that was like rough, man. Like that's a bad thing to go through, but like yeah, this thing's not going to be alive anymore. It's going to be dead, but it's just going to be able to move and on its own, like it's it's like a skeleton or like a zombie.
Well, it seems like a good idea since we don't have an unseen servant. Or what about that?
I mean, I could get us an unseen servant,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I don't know what
how
the
big
unseen
is it?
servant could really help do to help us.
This thing is a couple of tons.
Okay, so he's not big enough to
You're gonna
carry
have
it or
to.
anything.
I would say if you could get to over 30 unseen servants, you could probably carry this thing, but I don't see that happening. I think casters are. I'm not going to say casters are limited to one unseen servant at a time, but
I mean,
we definitely don't have 30 spells.
no.
But do you guys think that's the best way to go about this?
what fog spell were you planning on using to obscure it?
Obscuring mist.
Oh yeah, that one would be better. It lasts longer than a wall of shadow and dust wall that I've got.
Yeah. But
It's stationary, however.
Yeah, it is stationary. So like, they're still gonna see a lumbering beast. Maybe I don't know if we need to like, if you guys can cause some kind of distraction or interference, talk to I don't know. Lagbu, I don't know if you're really up for a performance right now.
Yeah. I mean, I could sing a morbid tune, I could sing a.
All right, let me throw this guys at you. If there was to be a distraction of some sort, like a couple of people claiming ownership of the castle, while the cleric went and did this dastardly deed, that could definitely allay some of the interest of the populace.
You guys up for going and knocking on the front door?
I'm down for that.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's just make the townspeople carry it. What are we doing?
I don't know if that's what you want.
Just fucking make these. Yo, let's whip them into shape. Let's look at it. Right? We the bosses now.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to move some guys around here. There you are, Gabriel, messing around with your fog cloud. And here are...
Yeah, the first thing I gotta do is pray and meditate for 15 minutes, Dave.
Can you get your obscuring mist up before then? Or do you have to pray for that? Do you have to memorize that as well? Can you get some obscuration stuff going?
Maybe Delaware, do you have anything to obscure me for a bit before
I guess if just go...
I have obscuring mist as well. And do I have?
Are you a wizard or a sorcerer?
Wizard.
Okay, so you've only got one of them prepared.
I do, and it's an actual spell prep. It's not a token that I can just
right.
Pew pew pew. So I've got one.
I could cast mine before I start meditating, and then when
do we know how far we've got to take this thing?
I mean, I was thinking we go, where we left, where we came in is where I'll
more appropriately. How far do we take this thing before we don't have to obscure it anymore and people can stop seeing it? Like, because if I cast one before I run off and knock on the front door and let them know that I'm the boss, and then you wait till you're out of that range, and then you cast the next one, then you've got 40 feet instead of 20.
Oh, well, certainly more than measured in feet, but I would say due to the hilly nature of the area, like you got to take this thing at least like half a mile. And
but like how far? Like we were near the outskirts of town, or like if we get it a certain distance, and it might not be the 40, but like how far do we have to go before it's sort of hidden by everything else around?
Let me correct an assumption there. You're not near the outskirts of town. This was chewing on the roots of this freaking Yggdrasil bonsai that was right outside the main gate of the town. And so you're outside of the keep, but you're just about as centrally located outside of the keep as you can be.
Okay, so all right, so never mind. I was wrong.
Why don't we play it this way, guys? How does this sound for a plan? I'll cast mine. I'll start meditating. Delaware, you and Lagboot will you can hang out in the fog with me. When it starts dissipating, Delaware, you cast yours. By the time that's done, I'll be ready to raise it. I'll raise it up. I'll have it start chasing me, and I will run out of town with it chasing me while you guys run interference about how this thing.
Oh, I mean, I got you there. Listen, I can do a distracting cacophony and then cast enthrall and get everybody interested in me. I can do that as a distraction if you want to just do that instead of worrying about the fog.
Well, let's do both, and then
okay.
You guys can play it off like this thing is chasing after me.
Got it.
You guys make the townsfolk believe that, and then
so you're somehow exercising some deeper metaphorical demons beyond the physical being that was eating the tree.
Yeah, and then you guys do your thing.
Okay.
And then I'll run away, run out of town with this thing.
Would it
chasing me.
if you're gonna make it look like it's chasing you so that they don't think you're leading the thing, would it make more sense to do it the other way around so it doesn't look like we've left you to be killed by the thing and now we're claiming the title of the castle? Like, oh, we're done with the thing. He's chasing it out. He'll be right back. Not
drive it.
not
Threaten it with
that
a
other
whip
guy.
or something.
If he survives, he's with us. Like, I think it would look better if you're the aggressor.
I'm down with it.
Yeah, just yell at it and shoo it out of town and run after it as you go.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, so you guys summon up your first mist, and when it is starting to dispel, you guys notice that there are some braver souls starting to form a crowd at the outskirts of the village square. And you reinforce the mist, and then Delaware and Lagboot, you emerge from it and soliloquize elegantly about your topics. And Gabriel, you are completing your ritual preparations. Lagboot and Delaware, how do you assert your claim to being keepers of the keep?
Well, with a flourish, I kind of go just inside the castle gate.
Okay.
Just inside enough for the people to get a good look at me. Oh shit! You know what? That's not gonna work.
Here, 1 second. We've got a guest dungeon master.
Okay.
Come inside. Come inside and be your guest dungeon master.
To that guy. Hi there. Hi.
What's up?
Because I'm talking to Casey right now.
No, it's Dylan.
Oh.
Is that okay?
Yes.
How was your holiday, Everett?
I am good. And oh my God. Daddy, you're so great. Yeah, you're my daddy.
All right, this guest dungeon mastering was sponsored by Red Bull.
If you gave a child that young Red Bull, you are asking for punishment.
So
That's right.
so I changed
That's
my
right.
mind. I changed my mind. I like dip off to the side and I look around. Can I tell if anyone is watching me?
Yeah, some people are watching you if you've dipped out of the smoke or the fog.
Okay. And I look like a freaking devil because I'm a tiefling.
However you want to look. You've
okay. Well, I am as I emerge out of the mist. I'm a wealthy merchant. I'm looking like a wealthy merchant.
Great.
Okay.
Hold on. I want to, based on my time here, I'm gonna roll.
And if you're wondering, I'm using my
knowledge.
cap. I have
Right
a hat.
Nice hat.
Knowledge local check to
Sounds good.
14 to magic sleeves to make myself look like I'm an official King's Landing guard.
King's Landing guard? Okay.
Like, so I'm not dressed like some wacko or like Thor, like I was dressed for a while or whatever.
Conan.
Like, right, like Conan the Barbarian. No, I'm trying to look to the best of to the 14 of my ability, like someone who would come from King's Landing would look, to make myself look more official.
I
Sounds
look
good. You guys look like some very noble dignitaries emerging from the fog there.
Delaware catches a glimpse out of his eye, and he looks over at me, and I look a little bit like Abe Vigoda, and you could tell like a glare of insanity goes across his eyes, and he like does a double take and puts his hand on his lasers.
Don't do that shit, man.
So anyway, I step just inside the castle gates so everybody can get a good look at me, and with a flourish I say, "What ho, fine people! It is I and we, the saviors of the land. And if you don't know, we have been appointed to destroy all of the creatures in your kingdoms and restore order, and for that, we have been provided the keys to this keep."
Throw a diplomacy check,
Okay.
please.
You do the same thing because I'm about to. All right.
Ooh, I'm so
Sounds like the guest
good,
dungeon
dude.
master is really desperate for another session.
All right, I'm not doing any special stuff, but I do have a. Let me see. I don't have a plus
If you got
4
things-
to that. Yeah, I don't have anything.
if you've got Eagle's Splendor or Voice of the Nightingale or whatever those spells are that affect your diplomacy.
That's okay.
You are welcome to
I'll just kind of roll it.
roll it.
Oh, 16.
Not bad, not bad. You got some applause. You got some what ho, yes, save us from the beasts and whatever. Not as enthusiastic as it certainly could have been. But presenting yourselves as you did, performing the feats you put your best foot forward, certainly. Defeating the beast is definitely the sort of thing that people want their heroes and lords to be able to perform. You feel like you've got a good amount of acceptance. Delaware, where are you at right now? What are you up to?
I am. Well, my quick question is: were we ever told who's sort of in charge now? Like, is it sort of being run by somebody temporary? Like, who's have we been told anything about the current boss?
So yeah, you had asked Tyrion a little bit about this, and he said that there's like 2 perfunctory people who just keep things running while Braun has been gone. One is the Major Domo for pretty much handling everything that happens inside the walls of the Highgarden Keep, and also the Master of Flowers, who is the head gardener, keeping the actual garden part of Highgarden going. Let's see here. The Major Domo is a bastard child of the Tyrells, so has no claim to the throne or to the house. And the Master of Flowers is from a otherwise is not of any sort of royal descent.
I'm gonna even gonna have to. I'm just gonna try to be as pleasant as I can. And look, let's do things properly. We don't, ladies and gentlemen, we don't mean anybody. We're not trying to disrupt anything. We don't want you guys look like a great people. Who has been in charge since Master Braun has been away? Can you take us to him? To them? We know, like, not who, but can you take us to them?
Someone shouts like, "The Major Domo! That guard can take you there."
Please. And I can I dig a gold coin if out of whatever pocket I've got and toss it.
He's like, "Thanks," and he shows it off to the crowd, and everyone's like, "Oh."
And then I'm gonna use message to just talk to Lagboot. Like, let's talk to these guys. I say we keep them around as like, we're gonna be busy. We got shit to do. We want you to keep doing your thing, but just have like the nicest bedroom set aside for us. And if we do tell you occasionally if something has to happen, we tell you what to do. You listen to us. But basically, it seems like you're doing a good job. We don't want to tip the apple cart here.
Yep.
That kind of thing. What say you?
So yeah, I respond via message and I say, yeah, because truthfully, I don't really want to run this place. Let's have him run it like a resort for us when we're coming back after months and we need a place to rest. This seems like a great place for it. He's just going to continue with the day-to-day, and he needs to, set aside some quarters for us.
So based off your diplomacy roll, Lagboot, you can definitely. That sounds like the sort of thing the Major Domo would be totally about. You're introduced to him. He's got that kind of like Natalie Dormer face.
A little twisted.
Yeah, like it's like a little bit of a Picasso going on there. And you're like, this guy obviously handles this political intrigue shit, and has been running this place. You don't see. Like Braun of the Blackwater, like has been set up so shortly and probably not to the pleasure of the Major Domo that as long as you're willing to be hands off, you'll probably get a commitment to that.
Yeah, like I can assure the Major Domo, like, we have no interest in running the city. I mean, the castle, the city. I think this place looks great. I think what you're doing works. Let us know if there's something that would help you do your job better. We'll see. I make no promises, but we're open to suggestion.
Now that you mention it, and pardon me, Master Delaware, correct? As heroes, which you undoubtedly are for destroying this beast to the people, occasional public appearances could be most efficacious if you were to allow me to proof and edit your speeches. We could definitely find a mutually advantageous situation.
Interesting thought.
I can provide you the nuance for a sustained period of prosperity and stability, so that whenever you return, you may find yourself a very pleasant resort. I just don't want you ham-fisting it when you arrive. You will have to interact with the populace while you are here, and we want that to go as smooth as possible.
So yeah, I basically look at him straight in the eye, and I'm not smiling at this point. I'm looking like shit, and I really look kind of fucked up. And so he kind of senses that, I think. I'm wondering if he senses my mood, But I look at him and I say, make no mistake, this castle belongs to us. We will allow you to reside here and even pay you handsomely to keep this place running smoothly. And whether or not we make public appearances, that's to be determined. But just a reminder of who's calling the shots. And I kind of give him a little bit of a glare.
You want to back that up with like
an intimidation?
With an intimidation roll?
Yeah, I do.
Great, well, freaking roll it then. Are you going to do anything like you guys are...
Oh, nat 20. Oh, baby, 33.
So you guys have like secluded yourselves to talk to the major domo in privacy, and you decide it's in your best interest to while you're explaining your position to like let your glamour drop a little bit, and so he sees that in fact who he's talking to is a fucking demon, and it makes the color drain out of his face, and he's like, "Very good, sir. I serve at your pleasure."
Yeah, I'd like to reach into my pocket, pull out a small bag of coin, and toss it to him and say, "Thank you for your loyalty. We'll make it worth your while." And I toss it over to him.
He says, "It is worth my while, and it's not a factor of coin."
Okay.
Gabriel, let's go back to you. You have completed your meditation time.
Okay, and yeah, I wanted to spend that time meditating, just being like, Gripsis, man, if you're listening, if you're on channel 8, man, I know this is like kind of uncool stuff to be doing, but like it's to help the people, man, and keep them free from this disgusting creature, and just to get everyone safe and happy, and if it weren't an emergency, and this is not to help in my combat. I'm just doing this to keep this people safe. Make sure this place stays cool. Yeah.
Gripsis absolutely trusts you. Whatever energies you need,
Cool. All right.
he will provide them.
I'll cast Animate Dead.
Whoa, you're like a necromancer.
Not cool. So I guess
It's like you worship a dark lord.
I mean, yeah.
Evil.
And no.
Evil.
Dark, yes. Evil, no. All right, so the beast will lumber out first of the mist before I do.
Do you have any way of obscuring it now that you're moving it?
No, I'm just gonna
right, okay.
have it stumble out first.
Okay.
And then I'll emerge out behind it, brandishing my weapons, just so I can see, are there people around at all?
There is a small crowd of dudes with spades and mulch and shit.
Okay. Is there an open space in this area, kind of? Like, could it get through this area without harming anyone?
Yeah. You'd have to scramble over a gate, but it can step over a gate.
Okay. So as I come out, I'll yell, "Stand back! It hasn't died yet!" And I will have it start running that way, and I will chase after it.
All right. It is causing some people on the outskirts of town to run away.
Get back in your houses.
And I'll yell, running after it, trying to make myself look as big as and scary as possible, yelling nasty things at it, shooting it every once in a while with an arrow, and get out of town.
It is out of town. You have successfully you've driven the beast beyond the confines of the civilized people, and you find a good gully that shouldn't mess with the ecosystem too much, in which
Okay.
to dispel it and lay it down.
Can we do
And
it?
maybe Necronostra a little bit if there's nobody around.
Can we have him dig a hole like next to like a bunch of boulders and stuff in this
Yeah.
gully? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll do that. We'll have him dig down so he's a good 8 feet below ground,
Nice.
and dispel it, and then I'll cast Stone Shape to try and kind of close the top a little bit.
Great. That works pretty well.
Necromancers are just healers with bad timing.
Throw me a perception, if you will.
And my bow.
Do that. See what it is.
And
When I
you'll
dispel it, I'll make it look like I'm smacking it in the face. Play axe.
Ho, vile beast. Take
Exactly.
Necromancer.
Why not?
And your brother.
30.
You're definitely being watched, so ham it up a little bit. Are you interested in trying to figure out who's watching you, or are you more interested in putting on a good performance for whoever is watching you?
It's more putting on the performance, making
All right.
I'll be beating it down while it's trying to make it look like it's trying to burrow away.
Yeah.
And give it a good slam, and then raise my hands in the air and be like, now
I should have been a necromancer.
To bury you so you won't come back.
Convincing as shit, my friend. But as far as who is watching you, you may never know.
I'll start walking back into town.
Great. You see no sign of resistance indicating your compatriots have failed in their task, so perhaps they have succeeded in assuming lordship of Highgarden.
All right, I guess I'll go up to the gates.
You are hailed with people throwing frickin' flowers at you and shit.
All right, I'll just continue hamming it up.
He's walking with a swagger.
All the work.
His
and
hips
Gabriel gets all the flowers.
Yeah, fucking throwing flowers at him. They're like, hail that guy right there. And you're like, Gabriel. And they're like, Gabriel, champion of the reach.
Yeah. I step back and bow and point with my arms towards him so everybody gets a good look at him. And he's the center of attention, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. He is. You guys are standing up on a parapet with the major domo.
Hey guys, finished taking care of that monster. It's not gonna come bother us again. How are y'all doing?
Yes, praise the hero. He did it all by himself.
Is there a sarcasm check?
Nothing bitter about that.
It was a team effort for sure. The Bahum clan is here to keep the Reach safe.
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
We ain't nothing to fuck with. And I'll look at some scribe or whatever and be like, it's BAHUM, Bahum clan.
He writes it down very studiously. The major domo is more than happy to show you some pretty freaking awesome quarters. Very sweetie on the level of what you guys experienced in the quarters of the pleasure barge that turned out to be an illusion, but this shit looks real.
Yeah, this looks great. Like, yeah, whenever we're back in town, it would be great for us to be able to take these quarters. I do you have a smithy in the within the castle itself?
Of course we do, says the major domo.
You guys want to go take a look at that? Lagboot?
Yeah, I'll like nod, but reluctantly.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are a little exhausted after all of this events of the day, but yeah, go to the smithy if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, let's just do that, and then let's get some rest. As you guys, what's the major domo's name?
Frankie Flowers.
Frankie Flowers. I like it. Frankie. Yeah. If then we'll take a look at the smithy, and we'll probably have some notes. For some expansion that I would like to do, or
Of course,
have you, commission, and then maybe we'll get some rest and head out on the morrow.
Let's drink some wine.
Well, yeah, drinking some wine would be good.
Let's have some wine.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you should be doing much drinking. Like,
No, I need, dude. I need.
He needs to.
I need to take some drinks and go to sleep. And you guys,
seasonally, what you guys want right now is the pear lambic. That is what is suggested to you. All right, what are you doing down at the smithy? Not the greatest. Doesn't really hold a candle to what you saw in King's in King's Landing, but serviceable, definitely, considering how how hicky these people are and bereft of magic they are. They're doing okay. They got they got 7th century level smith here.
What's on either side of the smithy?
Pretty standard stuff. A barrel maker and a furrier.
So we'll go up to the barrel maker and let him know that we need to expand a little bit. We can all work together, man, but maybe we'll extend the barrel maker out the back. And I'm talking to Frankie Flowers.
Okay.
And we'll extend his business out the back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like waving my hand. I start to get interested a little bit, and I'm over there waving my hand. And I'm like, we're gonna get rid of all this shit. We're gonna knock out this wall right here. Get rid of all this shit. Hey, buddy, yeah, you're gonna be moving, but we'll make it worth your while, sir. So
if I may ask, as a dungeon master, is this to set up another token shop? Or...
Yeah, we're gonna make this a little bit more advanced. We need them to be able to start producing things that are gonna help this place become the hub of the 7 kingdoms.
Yeah, kind of a lab, a laboratory where we can.
Raising a family is hard. Not if they are very close enough together. What?
Magic weapons, magic rings. If anyone ever takes craft wondrous item, wink, wink.
Tired of carrying this whole party here.
I mean, I was the one that was like, oh, I'm gonna take magical arms and armor in a party full of zappy guys, but I'm like, oh, you want some armor, Lagboot? Oh, never mind. Oh, you want a longsword, Delaware? No, you got lasers. But
yeah.
So anyway, gives kind of whatever's next to the barrel maker. What's next to the barrel maker?
A pickler.
That makes sense. So like whatever's next to the pickler, we're just gonna.
A gherkiner.
That makes.
Someone thought this out. I like this.
I mean,
Yeah.
some random questions. Anyway, we'll figure out how to create some space.
Okay, sounds good.
We don't want to take too much of the barrel maker's space because barrels are what you put wine in. But also, we
And
will
gherkins to make pickles.
and gherkins to make pickles. Things need to be pickled. We'll also
I could pickle that.
I want to Delaware. Let's show this. Well, I guess he's a barrel maker. Where's the once you make the barrels, where the barrels go to get filled with wine?
All across the kingdom, sir. We make our wines locally, but then also every principality has their pride of their liquor refining, and we provide barrels to all of them.
Gotcha. What's behind the smithy?
Oh my god. A armory.
An alley? An armory?
Sure, if you want, yeah, an alley abutting an armory.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll take the space of the alley. We'll do some steps to go over and under. We'll basically make a bridge, a room that has a bridge going over it, and
Okay.
that'll be our lab.
Sounds good.
That way we don't have to fuck with the local economy.
So we
You're
tell
fucking
them
with the royal economy. I'm sorry, but building a bridge does not in any way stop you from fucking with the economy.
Well, I mean, if the barrel maker gets half the room that he had before, then only half the barrels can be made.
No, we need to give him more space than what he has now, so he doesn't feel like a shit. Don't put this guy in the basement.
Exactly.
Don't eminent domain his
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. Let's give him something
Give him-
nice. Like, can we tell if this is empty? Are there any empty stalls in this building over here?
In fact, yeah, there are.
Okay, so we tell him, listen, we're going to give you a little bit more space over here, and we gesture over here and say, so I want you to start thinking about ways that you can improve on this, and we can make sure that you have a large enough door to wheel your barrows out, and a good ramp so that you can put them onto the carts easily for you, and like a dock and everything like that. Does that sound good, buddy?
Yeah, he's pretty pumped about this whole plan. He's like, all right.
That's way smarter than me, Lagwood. That's why I don't really do the talking that much, man. I guess we can have the barrel maker's space. Frankie Flowers.
Yes.
Who's your do you have any like sages or maesters or anything of the sort here?
Who's the educated person in town?
Well, we have a couple of maesters and a couple of bonecasters and a couple of chicken readers.
I don't
What
know
sort
what
of
a chicken
knowledge do you
reader
seek?
is, but that person is definitely not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no. Bring them forward. No. Step forward, chicken reader.
I don't want to read any chicken. Yeah, I'm not interested in reading any.
What do the bones say today?
What are you looking for?
So yeah, let's go talk to the maesters.
All right. What do you want to talk to the meisters about?
That was going to be my next step.
Are there two of them?
There's a set of 5. Now, is this all on the same day yet again? Like, you're getting pretty tired now. How long do you want to spend
Okay.
setting up shop here?
I think this is the last step, right, guys?
Yes.
Certainly.
We need to get them started on studying for a specific topic before we sleep and move on to kill more monsters, for sure.
The crowd goes, "What?"
We will be, yes. And I say, yes. We shall be destroying all of the monsters in the 7 kingdoms so that peace will once again come.
Yay! Woo!
Cheesecake all around.
Yeah! Whoa! Yeah. My name is Kid.
Kid Boot. All right. Of these 5 maesters, who looks the most alternative? Like, who looks like he's probably like was kind of a pain in the ass in maester school? Who's like hip? Who's cool?
Well, you guys have read the books, and there's a guy who is spot on for Qyburn's twin brother. How about that?
That doesn't sound very cool, man.
As far as Meisters go.
All
There's a hacky sack looking one.
He's got long hair.
Like a hacky
Wearing
sack,
flip-flops
or he looks
under
like
his
he
robes.
plays hacky sack.
He looks like he plays it.
I think we should pick this guy.
What are you doing? What's the plan with
The guy
this
who's
guy?
the guy who looks like Qyburn's twin is like looked expectant and then looks kind of miffed.
But we need someone to set up our lab, man.
All right.
I mean, we probably have some instructions for the other maesters, but some super important tasks. And I'm looking at Qyburn's twin brother, like, some stuff that we need some intelligent, learned, and noble men to help us accomplish. Making the Reach a better place.
He looks all about that. You can probably subvert his suspicions.
But yeah, Lagboot, Delaware, like, you guys want to fill him in on the grand plan and making the Reach a machine of awesomeness.
Yeah. I want him to research Spelljammer technology.
Hell yeah. I'll tell you what, this is the place to do it. Your Dungeon Master is a big fan of the only word that's coming to mind right now is the Silmarillion, and that's the fact that I've drank 2 of these beers and that Irish whiskey, or the Scotch coffee. What the fuck am I thinking of? The Hyperion series, where they've got the frickin' space traveling tree. That shit's awesome.
That's a good one. Yes, yeah. So there you go. So I want them to research Spelljammer technology. Yes.
Living ass tree, then you'll come to the right place, and they will get right to it.
We want them to start researching making the tree that's outside of the city gates into a Spelljammer.
Fuck yeah! I'm all about this plan. Excellent. And then you're going to set up this forge similar to the way you set up in King's Landing?
Yeah. And, all the beakers and test tubes and
Bunsen burners.
And all the good stuff to make things.
Sounds good.
All right, and then I start wondering, like, I wander over to like this place. There.
Yeah, I want stuck as anything I even might have. I can't just leave. Like, I wish I had a printer on this damn thing. I want to leave some material. A printer. Like, I want to leave some reading material, but everything is on my Scrypad. And like, there's no way I'm leaving. There's no way I'm leaving that with anybody.
No, you can definitely just like point your lasers at a strip of vellum and download the PDF to hard copy.
I just want to nothing complicated, just some of the stuff we've been talking about. Some of the stuff we want them to start researching, start being able to create for us. I want like the entry freshman level high level overview to sort of be like, just open, let them step into this world a little bit, give them some reading material without giving them really any power.
You want to let them know a little bit about spelljamming and
But what
space.
we're going to want, yeah, without, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just going to tell you that your connection is pretty bad, and I'm missing a couple of words here and there.
I apologize. I don't see a problem on my Wi-Fi end. It seems like it's a Discord problem.
No, it's okay. Just be deliberate in what you're saying, and I think we'll understand it.
No, yeah, just a really entry level. I'm just trying to be able to give them something so that it's more than just what we explain and then walk away to start researching. It's a little bit of like a little bit of a guide, a little bit of a this is what you need to be familiar with. I'm not trying to give anybody any power, so to speak, although knowledge is power. But I am trying to give these guys not access to powerful magic itself. I don't have exactly what I'm trying to give them. I'm just trying to sort of be like, this would be something that very early level, but something that's more than they have, but something they're going to need to know as they're going forward.
Like some science fiction kind of stuff, like some Jules Verne.
I'm thinking like
some Leonardo da Vinci.
If you're
gonna draw him a picture.
If we weren't talking in magic and we were talking in science and physics, not the stuff that you even learn in university, but like high school, like 20th century high school level physics. That equivalent of what we do and the magic and the stuff we're trying to do. So just like, the fundamentals, like you're gonna need to understand all this, but somebody who took physics in 12th grade is not going to be able to go out and do almost anything in real life.
Are they gonna be able to create their own? Like, are you giving them? Like, are you printing off enough pages from your personal stash that they could theoretically construct cantrips out of the tools that Gabriel is having set up?
Yeah, you could start them along the path to becoming powerful enough to imbibe a ship's hull with enough power to get it up into space, into the spheres, bro. What's up?
I'm thinking more than they can cast cantrips. They've never seen anything about magic. I think it's more about like stories and history of like the fundamentals behind what magic is.
Exactly.
So that as we talk more, it's not just like a black box. Like it's not just like, I don't know, those guys do magic. I don't know what the hell's going on. Without them suddenly having spells, like, I get it.
I like that idea. It sounds like he's like planting a seed of knowledge for them to grow, is what he's doing. He's setting a spark in motion to where this specific castle and will be the one that creates magic first and gets ahead of the rest of the realms, and then and sets them along a path to create stuff,
Well, provided you already didn't give King's Landing the tools to get that shit kicked off.
Well, yeah, we definitely showed off, but I don't. Or did we? I think you did actually, Gabriel. You talked to I think you did talk to the blacksmith and expand there as well.
Yeah, it's getting expanded, but really it's not like...
But not like that. Not like the research capabilities. That's what we gave these guys. Right.
Okay. Interesting. Great. Very very intriguing. You guys are totally exhausted at this point in time, so you guys got to go back to your very excellent suites and hit the sack. What do you guys are... What's your guys' intended trajectories from here?
So that was the giraffe beast.
That's right.
Shall
we go back to the map?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're gonna follow Tyrion. Do you want to try to do something crazy to catch up with him? It's a couple of days journey, so if you were to massively improve overtake his movement rate, then you could potentially catch him before he reached there. But otherwise, using normal, like even just like if you were gonna ride horses as fast as you possibly could, you're a day behind him.
I don't know, guys. I was thinking that we just continue to go around the outside of the edge of this here map and maybe go towards the cryohydra and then maybe the water snake and just rid this land of monsters entirely. I mean, we're getting a nice, good rest. I'm sure we're going to come out of this feeling better than we felt in a long time.
No, I feel you, man. I just want to do. Mainly I want to go back to King's Landing so I could make us some cool stuff with that dragon hide in the in the lab that they already had built for us.
You made the bucklers already, right? What else are you thinking about making?
No, I haven't made the bucklers yet.
Oh.
So I wanted to make the bucklers and then also maybe make rings if we had time, but probably won't have time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have the ability up there? I mean, you said we expanded some of their capabilities. Do they have the ability to start that stuff without us? We could send a missive, send a bird up and say, "Hey, start that shit," and then we'll cast some spells on it later to make it, magical. You want to go back there, or you want to go fight the next creature?
Well, I just thought like it was kind of on the way, but like
King's Landing is not on the way to the next monster.
Well, it depends on what the next monster is going to be.
King's Landing is here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So far, all the worst thing that's happening in King's Landing and that particular kingdom is a lot of people are having nightmares. However, up in the Lannister land, there is a freaking multi-headed beast freezing people, and up there in River Run, there is some sort of crazy like booger monster.
Yeah. So do we know do we know the extent of the damage is greater than, obviously if it's just nightmares compared to, or are a bunch of people like killing themselves because of the terrible dreams? Like, which is the bigger, do we know which is the bigger?
You have not heard of any mortalities directly related to the people having bad dreams in King's Landing.
I mean, we can go kill some more monsters if that's what you guys want. I was just like, trying to get you guys some cool shit.
Yeah, no, that I like the idea.
I was also sort of interested in checking back in. I'm not 100%. I don't trust everything that's going on with Wee Man and
okay, well that makes sense.
And our our fake David Bowie king.
So so we don't know what's causing the night terrors. There's nothing to directly attack up there. Okay.
Delaware, how far can you teleport us? Like, how far can you move us?
Let's see. I think it's about 400 feet at a time. Let me see. Give me a second. Dimension door. Oh, it's 400. So plus 40 feet per level. So that's another 360. So it's 700. Call it 750 for make the math. These are 750 feet at a time.
Not really interkingdom teleportation.
No. And I can do that 4 times a day with the feet, and then I could do other little. I mean, I've got like, but that's the best one. Any other sort of teleporting stuff is not as good as that. Like, that's the best one.
I can cast fly on us.
Yeah, I mean, we could combine it with stuff. I mean, that's 3,000 feet, but that's 1 mile out of the mile. Like, I can't do that much.
Okay.
At
So
least with the normal spells. I mean, otherwise, the larger magic we could try, but we had problems. We couldn't get out of here, so I don't know how well it would work to try to actually like jump us to King's Landing. Given the problems we had getting out, I'd be a little wary of it.
So probably a couple, a pair of fast horses for each of us is probably the best way, the fastest way to travel. So, we'll get some horses from High Garden in the morning and try and so it sounds like the consensus is back to King's Landing first.
sounds good.
And then and then we'll figure out what monster to fight next.
Awesome.
Well, shall we get some wine and some rest? Oh, Delaware, you know what?
Yo.
When with that the writings that you were giving those folks, you should you know how to make brandy, man?
Let me see what that might fall under.
Yeah, we could. That would be cool too. Like sneak some new ideas, fermenting stuff, and so they can make some different wines. Like definitely need some really great reds.
Dude, you just came from Dorne, which had the freaking awesome reds.
We want to boost it. We want to boost our little castle. Make it the best of the best.
The Reach has some crazy good both white wines and then also meads and ales.
Does this place have anything stronger?
Yeah.
Nope.
Moonshine.
These people are pretty. I don't think a still has ever been invented in this place. From a player-to-player perspective, perhaps people have been doing fractional distillation via freezing up in the north. You might have like some Applejack or something up there, but no one has done steam distillation.
Well, let's introduce him to running that shine.
That's why I'm saying brandy. That's the next step, man.
I think we need to teach these guys about distilling their spirits.
Well, I'm thinking like we take it slow with these guys. We don't want them like just being able to have Everclear. They don't have the tolerance, man.
No, they just. But I think brandy is definitely the next step in that. I think that slightly higher proof, like aperitif kind of single distillation off of an alembic is and then you can leave them to it and come back in 20 years and they will have developed whiskeys and potentially even Everclear and other moonshines.
So might I suggest that we take the Rose Road, gentlemen, to King's Landing to try and make this as quick as possible?
It's efficient, certainly. That's the way to travel by land.
Yeah, I guess Frankie Flowers, like, just I guess send out a raven to the other major keeps, let them know that we may be coming through, and our position, and how we're trying to help the kingdom, and any assistance would be quite uh, awesome, man.
Frankie Flowers suggests that he sends to the other kingdoms notes of the defeat of their terror, and that the Bafud crew is intending to visit their location as well.
Yeah, like, we may be coming through. Like, we don't want to like book up our calendar, man. But,
We'll come back soon, man. Thanks for holding it down.
All right, so on the morrow, you guys will be showing them the basics of distillation, and then heading back towards King's Landing via fastest horse available. Correct?
yeah, we'll each take two, so that way we can like swap them out, keep them fresh. Yeah, the one that's getting ridden on rather than the one that's just running.
Yeah, we'll swap them out at Bitterbridge.
Yeah, you can definitely. Well, you can swap out at you can from Highgarden, you can swap out like at Cider Hall, and then Long Table, and then Bitterbridge again. Like, it's a pretty standard thing. Like, if you got the money, you can every time you need to stretch your legs, you get a fresh horse.
Okay.
That is what we'll be doing. Oh, Frankie, Freddie, what has it just like not been night here lately? Like, is that still a thing that's happening?
In fact, that is the case. We have an extended period of summer so intense that we do not experience night at all. It has been doing wonders for many of our prize crops.
Is it causing anybody any sleep troubles?
If they are having sleep troubles, they are doing their best to make accommodations. The overwhelming positive effect on our cash crops is definitely trumping any
Money does solve all
effects.
problems. I've done some shit that money's helped me sleep at night too. I get it.
Yeah,
you see, sir.
Have one of the maesters send one of those ravens to Old Town, ask them if they're researching this, if they've got any insight, and send a reply to Highgarden and to King's Landing. That would be awesome, man.
Very good, sir. I will have the Meisters review the situation, or I will send a raven to them requesting this sort of research to be sent back here to Highgarden and to King's Landing as well.
Leave.
Right.
Is there someone in town? It's a artist, someone that I don't need high art, someone that does facial sketches.
Yeah, you can find somebody.
I want it known within Highgarden that Abe Vigoda's wanted dead or alive.
He wants to put up a sign next to the sheriff's office.
Yep. And I want scribes copying them. I want everybody to be on the lookout. That's all I'm saying.
God
Sounds good. That motherfucker will be brought to justice.
Should he ever show up in Highgarden, I just want it known. He's not.
Arrest this man immediately. Yes.
With extreme prejudice. Okay. Any other parting notes for the evening, or will we leave it with Abe Vigoda is not welcome in Highgarden?
That sounds
No,
pretty
that
good.
sounds pretty good to me, man. I think we've set him off on a good path, and we'll head to King's Landing.
Then, gentlemen, this concludes this episode of the Next Bardo. I look forward to the next one.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dave.
man,
Have
that
a
was
blast.
awesome. Yeah,
Chasing
thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, word, homies.
Have a good week,
See,
guys. Be well.
see you next week.
Yeah.